Hello and welcome to Gaming Chat, the podcast where we invite members of the gaming community and industry to join us to play their favourite multiplayer games whilst telling us about themselves and why they love these games so much. I'm your host Mike, and joining me today for this episode is VGMobster.
Hey, what's going on, Mike? Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Fantastic. I'm happy to have you here because we have been in relative contact through social media for a good number of years now, but I don't think we've ever actually played games or spoken to each other in person. So it's great to have you on the show and actually, put an end to that, put a voice to the name, so to speak.
Exactly. And I'm a huge fan of your content, man. So I'm really honored that you're having me on here. So I appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much. Well, the game that we are playing today is Streets of Rage 4. This is a particular favourite of yours. Please tell us about yourself and why Streets of Rage 4.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the VGMobster here on Mike's podcast. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me. I am a content creator. I do some YouTube videos, and I'm also embarking on a musical project that has a lot of inspiration from video games on it, and one of the franchises that I'm doing is Streets of Rage. So I'm really excited. This is definitely one of my favorite franchises, going back to the Sega Genesis, where I played Streets of Rage 2 insanely, and I admittedly still listen to the soundtrack to this day. I think it's one of the best soundtracks ever in a game, and it's just so fun playing locally with my friends back in the day, and now we get to play online with Streets of Rage 4. So I'm really so excited when it came out and they rebooted it, and .emu/Lizard Cube really crushed this game. I think they really knocked it out of the park. They got the feel, the style, everything is just so true to the series, and I'm so glad that a new generation of players can play it. So I was really excited when Streets of Rage 4 launched. I'm happy to be playing it again today.
Fantastic stuff. So that's got me over here. I think it's already started me off on stage.
Yeah, I'm in the underground.
Yeah. So, I don't want to go in now. So I'm just going to learn my controls quickly. So Y, I believe, is weak attack, and then X is strong. Okay. That's it. Yeah, like attack. Okay, so speaking of Streets of Rage and your projects, now you do have a project which will be coming out very, very soon after this recording goes live. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so the project is called the VGEP. It's 12 tracks, a hip-hop album inspired by video games. I've always wanted to do a themed album, especially because video games is such a big part of my life currently and growing up. And I was like, you know what? I have so many good concepts and ideas that I was like, let's just do a whole album based on it and really just pay homage to some of my favorite franchises in gaming in general. And I was like, this would be really fun. And I had so many different ideas and creativity, not only from the producers in the project, but just like the community as well, just giving me like ideas and suggestions, and then just kind of trying to implement everything together so it can make a really project that doesn't sound like it has high production value and really pays homage to the games that I'm creating songs for. So I'm really excited, and I feel like too the way that I created it is that even if you're not a huge hip-hop fan, if you're just into video games in general and respect the material, or if you are into just good music in general and high production quality, you'll enjoy the album and give it a listen, and there'll be a track pretty much for everybody on it. So that's my goal with it.
And speaking of tracks, how many tracks are on the album, and can you speak about what particular themes or games they are from?
Oh yeah, for sure. So there's 12 tracks, full length release. I was going to originally do a short release. I was going to do an EP, but then I just had so many ideas and there was so much like inspiration, creativity into it that I said, you know what, let's just go for the full thing. So 12 tracks. There is a lot of iconic IPs that I inspired from on this. including Zelda, which is one of my favorites, Resident Evil, Streets of Rage, obviously, NBA Jam, which is also one of my favorites. And then I also have Hellblade as well. I tried to add some new games in there as well. So Hellblade has a track featured on there. And then there's also tracks that like have video games in it, like as part of the theme, but they're not inspired directly by IP. So there's one where it's kind of like video games and relationships, and there's one about video games and the controversy of whether they inspire real world violence or not. So I tried to, mix in IPs, but also then mix in just content that is relevant, and that people are still talking about in the real world as well. So trying to get a little bit of something for everybody, for all different types of this.
Very nice. So I'm just getting my butt kicked by this big guy here.
Yeah, I know, man. He's crazy. I know. He's had too many hot dogs at the ballpark, but it's okay. We'll take him down. Nice, rocking.
Nice, gotta rock out. All part of the theme, dude.
For sure, exactly. I know, I was gonna say, you picked a good character for this one. Not gonna lie.
Oh no. Down to my last health now.
There we go. Oh man, here we go.
Oh yeah,
they're no joke, these biker girls. No joke.
Oh no.
They're like figure skaters on wood. Pretty much.
Ooh, that's a headbutt I got there.
Yeah, so Mike, I wanted to ask you though. I know that's you're probably not part of the thing, but what's your experience with the Streets of Rage franchise in general?
To be fair, I've not played many Streets of Rage games. I think probably this one is my first Streets of Rage. I know that is very, very
wow. I definitely recommend 2 then as well. You gotta play 2 from the Sega. It's classic. It really is. It's a classic game. And like I was saying in the segment before, the soundtrack for Streets of Rage 2, it's still one of the best. Like, it's not even up for debate. It's incredible, the soundtrack. So definitely my recommendation for you. Yeah. Definitely try it out.
I should definitely try and give it a go at some point. It might even be available on the Sega Switch.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's
okay, well then I have no excuses not to give it a go. Oh, I think I may have just Oh, what have I?
You're back in. You're back in.
I'm back in. I'm okay. Just need to get the burger. There we are. A bit of extra health there.
Oh yeah, some of these guys, especially the guy with the knife or the bottle that's hitting you right now, yeah, they are really annoying. But but it's fun. That's all good fun. But when you knock them down, it just makes up for it.
I keep forgetting that if you press like the R button. Oh,
I'm sorry about that. That was a little friendly fire there. I was trying to hit her, I promise.
Oh, there's some
now,
food there,
fun fact right over here on the bar. That is an old secret character from Streets of Rage 2, Rue.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's a nice Easter egg for the people that are just watching for the first time or never seen Streets of Rage. Rue, he's a great character to play as. He's so fun.
And now we're going up against, well, let's say Barbon, but he looks a bit more like Freddie Murphy, to be fair.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, you're right. That's a very good. That's a very good thing. I'm gonna try to get some health here because I'm really low.
Yeah.
Oh
no! Come help up.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. No problem. I knew I was low there.
Oy. Yeah, Michael. Nice. That'll do, mate. I wouldn't let me hit it.
You have the guitar, so I need a projectile here.
Oh dear! Oh dear! Ah! That wasn't going to go well for me. Oh dear! I'm gone. You're all on your own now.
Oh man, okay, no problem. Don't worry about it. I'm doing my best.
You've got this, dude.
Smash him. Let's smash him. Yeah, this guy's got it. I'm telling you, the amount of these guys, they're like ice skate. They have like ice skates on the floor always.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Oh man, we got game over. I'm sorry about that.
No, that's my fault. That's my fault. I was just learning.
No, don't even worry about it.
No,
don't even worry about it.
Hold on. Retry. Change your add 1 life score divided by 2. No. We'll chicken it and then we'll see if we can start from the beginning. We'll go to stage select.
Yeah, I was gonna say we started from stage 5 though, so we jumped up in the difficulty there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blaze.
So we'll start
nice.
again, and I'm gonna go with Blaze.
Yeah, Blaze and Axel were like the 2 figureheads of the franchise, pretty much, and then Adam as well, growing up, but. Yeah, so really fun. Yeah, and it's funny, like on the song that I have for Shoot to Rage here, while we're going through the basic story here, it was fun because I wanted to make it creative when I was doing the song. So pretty much every MC, there's 3 MCs, and my buddy who's from high school actually still plays guitar. I got him on the track as well. So the 3 MCs that are on the track, we each do a verse as a different character.
Right.
So also in the music video, everybody's gonna have like an own character, and I kind of made illustrations for each person that are in the similar vein of Shoot to Rage, like the real characters, but they're original. So I think people really enjoy that, seeing all the different characters as well. Just adds to it.
That's so cool. And what have you done it in, like the aesthetic for like the original Street to Rage games, or more like? Yeah.
I kind of took the video is gonna look kind of like the Mega Drive / Genesis style.
Gotcha.
That's with like a lot of like glitchy effects and scratches and CRT filters and stuff to make it look like that. So definitely honoring the original there. So that'll be really fun.
Nice one, getting the hits up there. 35.
No, yeah. Yeah, and in this one, what you can do too, if you want to up your hit combo, if you get them at the edge of the screen, they kind of bounce back and forth, and you can keep hitting them, which is cool. Nice. So if you want to get that, if your goal is to get your combos up. That's a new thing. They didn't have that in the original. The original, they just like went off screen and that was it. obviously different times back in the 90s, but. Yeah, man, Mike, you are rocking it, man. I'm very impressed. Good job.
Oh, thank you. Oh dear. I mean, I'm not totally unfamiliar with arcade brawlers.
Oh, I know, but like just playing, playing it like this. You're doing really good. Happy to have you on the squad.
Thank you. Speaking of squad, you do have, what was it, the Switch Mob?
Yes, I do. Yeah, that's just kind of an idea of a community name I had, inspired off of Switch Cores, but I wanted to do something a little more like fun to it, so I did the Mafia Switch Mob instead, and a lot of people have had fun with it. We actually, in our Twitter group, we have over 600 members now, so I'm really excited about that, and that was just something I do casually, but I've met so many really cool Switch players. We even played like when Shredder's Revenge came out for Ninja Turtles, I actually got a lot of the Switch Bomb members together, and we played online, and it was really fun when it came out. Because again, that's another one, Turtles in Time beat 'em up type of game, for the new age. So that was really fun to play, similar to Shoot to Rage. But yeah, it's been a great community, so I definitely like to just interact with them, meet new people from across the country and the world, obviously, who love video games, and especially Nintendo. Because, I mean, Switch really got me back into gaming, because being a parent, I have 2 children of my own. Sometimes it's really hard to have dedicated playing time. So with the Switch's versatility, I was able to play on my lunch break at work, and just when my kids are on the TV, I'm able to play in handheld mode as well, and just it gives you so many more options to play, which is for me personally, it was just a game changer. It really got me back into gaming hardcore. So And even when the Wii came out, that was kind of like a thing for me too, because I was in college and it kind of got out of gaming. But just having that fresh take and perspective that Nintendo always seems to have, just got me back into gaming again. So again, really, I've really enjoyed the Nintendo Switch, and it's really kind of spoiled me, because now when I go and play games on PS5, sometimes I just kind of want to like take it in my bed and play, instead of just being tethered to the couch and the TV. So the Switch has really got me, back into gaming. So definitely credit to Nintendo for a great concept and execution.
I don't blame you. The Switch, you can have that. The Switch is a very, very versatile device indeed, and I know it's dated as regards to like the processor and stuff like that, and like the Nvidia chip. But it's still so much fun. You know what I mean? It's so much fun.
Oh,
and
yeah,
one of the beauties.
Like Mike, I don't know about you, man, but when I was growing up, playing handheld, I was playing Mortal Kombat on the Game Boy for handheld. So to play these games like this on a handheld device is just insane. Like, I don't think people really understand, because me and you, we've been playing games for a long time. How advanced it is. When you look, I remember when Mortal Kombat 11, people were complaining how it looked on Switch, and I was comparing. I did a screenshot of the arcade version versus the Game Boy version, and I was like, well, this is the portable version I played when I was a kid. So to play a game like this on the Switch, especially the Switch OLED now, portably, it's just a different, totally different ballgame.
Oh, it is. And I remember I was around my brother and my sister's house, and obviously we're all adults now, and they had the Switch, and they had a power cut, and then there was a feeling of dread, thinking, oh god, we've just lost our progress and everything, and then actually no, because even though the power goes out, it just goes straight into handheld mode, so you don't lose any progress whatsoever. Not like with
I know, it's
PS4
so cool.
or whatnot.
That's such a good thing, because then you're like, otherwise, if your power goes out on your PlayStation, you're done. But here you're like, oh, I can still play handheld. It's great. And you're playing and you're playing console quality games like that. It's not like some of the. I know, and again, no disrespect to mobile. I know mobile has gone way better through the years, but you're playing your favorite console games, on an OLED portable screen. It's awesome. I can't speak enough praise for it. And the other thing too, Mike, I don't know about you, but I can speak for this personally. I also love that Switch, again, it has a lot of the current games, but the other thing too is that it pays homage and brings back so many classic IPs. Like me playing Duke Nukem portably, which I used to play on my PC in DOS mode back in the day, and Doom 64, and all these type of classic games that I can now play with modern controls and portably, and also on the TV when I want to with the Pro Controller. It's just incredible, and I never get tired of it. It's just so fun to be able to do that. So that's another thing I think Switch has really been great for me as well. Just also, getting new games, but also, bringing, keeping those old IPs alive and bringing them for new generations as well who've never played those games.
No.
I remember when Doom 64 got launched, because it was coming right around when Doom Eternal was coming out.
Yes.
I know so many people that had never played Doom 64 before, and I was like, oh my god, this is one of my favorite Doom games. So to have that come back and now be portably on the Switch, you can play it anywhere, and like you said, with and without an internet connection, it's so cool. And they've done a great job with it. And shout out to a lot of the great developers out there for Switch who have, like you said, I know there's a lot of technical limitations with the system, but they have done such a good job optimizing it and making it work in a very respectable way for a portable, primarily portable console for a lot of people. So shout out to the developers, especially this for this game, Dotemu Lizard Cube. They really rocked it.
They have. They've released a lot of classic games as well, haven't they? Dotemu. They've done. They also worked on a couple of the Turtle games. I think was it Shredder's Revenge as well.
Yeah, they did Shredder's Revenge, which I love. Such a good game. Yeah, so definitely a lot of respect to those guys. And I know it takes a lot of time to maximize it. For now, you got to do portable and handheld mode, but totally worth the time.
Oh yes, and it's just well, like you said, being able to play these classic games, and then giving them to like new generations of players so they can also appreciate it. And like one of the things like with the Nintendo Switch Online, and also for like the Sega like Mega Drive and Genesis classics, depending on your region obviously, giving them the opportunity to play games that they may not necessarily be able to play unless they have the original systems, or otherwise they've got to do it through emulation. And well, we know what a lot of people's stance is on emulation, and very understandable so, especially like with the developers and things like that, because it's like, oh no, you're stealing our games. Yeah, technically, yes. But for other people,
a lot of them don't put it out there for us to get. So what do you want us to do?
No, they don't.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. So re-release your games on, the new systems.
Yeah, exactly. Like look at id Software with Doom, with Duke Nukem, Bethesda, yeah. Doom 64, even Nintendo, with a lot of the like Link's Awakening and like Minish Cap. I mean, they're bringing these games back, so now people can play them. Otherwise, they either can't get the hardware, or also also now, especially with retro games, the resale markets are insane now. So I mean, even a normal person can't afford a $500 game,
No, not at all.
So very cool they're doing that.
It is, and I know, like for example, there was a very, very classic title for the PlayStation which was recently released, and it was a Tumba or Tumbi, depending on the region.
Yes, it has like a cult following, that game. Like it really does.
And it's great that it has, been given, a physical release as well as a digital release, and then you've got your collector's editions from limited run games. And I can totally respect where limited run games is coming from. With they're not going to release any more. There is basically that. But I think if they did that with just the collector's editions, that's fine. That's fair enough. But with standard editions now.
I know what you're saying. Especially with their turn times. Yeah, I think that's really the big thing for people, is that the turn times for the collectors. I mean, I know they're trying to get better with it, but again, like you said, it's kind of the gift and the curse. I mean, I am a huge physical guy, so I definitely support physical whenever I can, and that's why I'm happy that Limited Run is doing it, because sometimes the physical version is not, the developers just don't want to do it. So, that's the thing with it. But, now, I mean, at least, but like you said, though, there are some things, like caveats with it in terms of their, production process that are definitely could be improved, But at the same time, I mean, again, I'm gonna relate this to current news that just happened with the PS5 Pro coming without a disc drive. Which to me, I mean, and this is, and to me, again, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole here, but the thing is, it's like, I'm a PS5 owner of the disc version. So you're telling me that if I want to upgrade to the PS5 Pro, and I'm a disc person, I have to pay $700, first of all, and that's American. And second of all, I have to buy a disc attachment on top of that to play the games that I already have for PlayStation 4. Which to me is just... And the thing is, the disc drive version was more expensive than the digital version when it came out. So to me, that just really rubbed me the wrong way as somebody who really supports physical media. And the fact that this is not PS6, this is a PS5 Pro, so this is a mid-gen refresh, and then you're just pretty much changing the rules mid-gen, just really didn't rub me the right way.
No. It's not on. It really isn't on. And especially, like you said, now it's $700, which normally would equate to, I think, around about 650 euros. But it's actually gone the other way.
Oh, sorry.
In Europe, no, that's all right. It's not a problem. In Europe, it's actually 800 euros, which now works around to like closer to $900.
Oh my god! I know. Yeah, I was hearing in Japan, it's like, I mean, in yen it was like 1,200 yen or something. Like something insane. You know, just like when you compare, just looking at the prices, it just looks like so much. You know? And to me, it just like, it's one, like I said, it's one thing if you're going to a new console generation, if this is PS6 and you're starting brand new, I get it a little bit more because then, the customer has options, but this is a mid-gen refresh and you have, millions and millions of people who have the disc drive version, that, want the best, they want 60 FPS in a lot of these games that are only running 30 right now. In more of a, like, with higher fidelity graphics, and now you're telling me that along with it being so high, I have to buy an extra disk drive for it, which, by the way, a lot of scalpers are already picking up and buying for themselves to resell because they know there's a market for the people who have the disk drive as opposed to the people who just have the digital versions. So again, it's just not a good look for me with it.
It's not. It almost seems like a really, really bad marketing ploy in that, we've put this up really, really high and with less of the actual features so that people will just buy a PS5 instead.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like I said, if this was a brand new gen, I'm all, I understand it because and again, as a physical lover, but I do understand that physical is going to go away eventually. I'm not like naive about it, but I mean, you can't just say to your whole user base who've already bought your consoles like either day one or right close to it. I personally have the Spider-Man version, which I love that PS5. It's really nice. So you're telling us that, if you have a disc drive, you're just gonna have to pay even more and just to play the games that you already have. I'm like, okay, that just doesn't sit right with me. So
no, not at all. It's just it's
so
not.
We'll see.
It's a very dirty practice, to be fair.
Yeah, and then the thing is, the argument, I understand the argument against it. People are like, you can still play all the games on PS5. You don't need the Pro. That's what they're saying. But like, what if I want it? Like, what if I want higher fidelity and I have, I have 50 physical games right now for PS5. Like that, just because, maybe it's something that I want personally. Maybe I didn't get a PS4 Pro, but like maybe I want a PS5 Pro. So you're just gonna like say, okay, this isn't for you then. I'm like, okay, that's kind of rude. Like, who are you to tell me whether it's for me or, I mean, I just feel like they should have just made a version. They should have just made 2 versions again and just be done with it like they did with the original console release, and then it could have been, and I think for them, they were just trying to keep the price down and they didn't want to have an $800 SKU. They wanted to keep it keep that 6 in front. $6.99 instead. But I mean, people just couldn't believe it. They were like, and by the way, we just rocked the boss. Good job, Mike.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, but they're like saying, for that. So it's just like, I mean, you're kind of like alienating, some of your loyal fan base, which to me, it's just not a good look. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe they'll do something to remedy it or make more disc drives available or come out with the version. I'm not sure after launch, but we'll see what happens,
I guess that's all we really, really can do is just wait and see.
Exactly. But but now on the other side, playing devil's advocate, this could be a good thing for Nintendo though. Now, because Nintendo can say, hey, they priced theirs at $700. With our Nintendo Switch 2, if we can come in at either $400 or $450, our value proposition is going to look a lot better. So. We'll see what happens with it. I'm really excited for Switch 2. I think Nintendo's doing, from what it seems like with the leaks and the rumors, it seems like they're just making an improved Nintendo Switch, which is just what everybody wants. Like, we didn't want a new gimmick. We just want the gimmick that we know works to be better and be able to run, the newer games at a higher fidelity and the older games as well with the higher FPS. So I think Nintendo's doing the right thing here, it seems like. So I'm really excited about that.
I mean, as long as the new Switch or the new Nintendo Switch successor, I mean, a lot of people are saying Switch 2. We don't know that. But we know there's going to be a successor. We know there's going to be a successor. And if it is backwards compatible with the Switch, that's all that really matters to me, because I do have quite a large collection of games.
I don't know about you. I mean, we have so many Switch games, you know. I have so many Switch games that I really love, and just to have them be backwards compatible would be amazing. And people, this is another thing too. A lot of people, are questioning, like, because Nintendo, obviously with the Nintendo Switch, they couldn't make it backwards compatible because you went from cartridge to disc. But Nintendo, I think of all the companies, has been the most backwards compatible friendly company through the years. So I think for them, I think I'm more confident in them having backwards compatibility with the Switch, because, I know, like, my Nintendo Wii has the GameCube. I can play GameCube games on it. I know the 3DS can play, like, DS games. So, it's just they've been so good with backwards compatibility in the past that I'm more confident that they are going to include it in the Switch, especially with how much success that the Switch has had. I think it would be a huge mistake if they didn't.
I mean, because like you said, now going back to the Switch compatibility, obviously, like from the Nintendo 64 to GameCube, no, because it was cartridge to disc. Then we had the GameCube to Wii, which had backwards compatibility. Then we had Wii to Wii U, and obviously then like the return to cartridge again with the Switch. But if they did, the Switch with the Switch successor, and it allowed you to play the cartridges on the Switch, even if it was a case of you had to get a separate cart drive or whatever, so you could play the cartridges, I think people would sooner do that than, completely give up on the Switch completely.
Yeah, like, they might have a Switch successor SKU that doesn't have a cartridge slot. That's fine, but at least just offer one that does have it, for the people that's really important for, and then you're it's a win-win. That's what I think, personally. Especially with Nintendo in terms of physical sales, I feel like Nintendo definitely of the big three right now has the most between them and PlayStation and Xbox. So I feel like for them it still makes business sense as well to keep including the cartridge slot for their devices.
I don't think we'll give up on it completely. Do you want to get that burger? You've got a little bit less health.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Oh, you're such a good team, man. I appreciate it.
I do try.
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to do that too. Like, sometimes I do it by muscle memory and I feel bad, but I do try to defer if I can.
I mean, I might soon regret it, but for now, oh dear.
Well, you're doing great, man.
Let's clear the road. There we go.
There you go. Nice. That's it. You just make that VIP entrance. Yeah, but we'll see. I mean, I feel like Nintendo Switch 2 is really primed for a lot of success if they just listen to the fans. I feel, especially with how much success this had, I feel like they don't mind really listening to the fan base, because the fan base really led them to such a success with the Switch 1. Why not listen to them for 2, and take their ideas in and maximize, your potential for success, and again, and the thing, now another thing too, a lot of people don't talk about with the Switch, which I feel also is great for Nintendo, is that, a lot of people said, oh, well, I don't want Nintendo Switch or this console to become like Sony, where all it is just power upgrades, that's it. They don't have anything innovative. But the thing that's really nice about the Switch is that the Switch has a component designs to it. So if Nintendo wanted to add attachments or extensions or type of things that can really still bring their creativity out but keep the base console still, the most viable for the widest audience they can, they have the opportunity to do that. We saw a lot of Switch accessories, that would go either on the rails or slide into the screen, as when you can take the Joy-Cons off, and they added a lot of different things, and I feel Nintendo can definitely take advantage of that and still be creative at the same time. So I think that's an advantage for Nintendo, where we don't have to make the base console so gimmicky, and if we want to add something down the road as an attachment that just makes us think out of the box a little bit, or allows us to be creative and not stagnant, they have the best opportunity to do that. So I think the Switch form factor is so good for Nintendo because it still allows them to be creative and innovative as well.
Oh yeah. I think we've been doing quite well here.
Oh yeah,
we've beat that boss a lot better than the other one. Well, we start you start from level 5. It's gonna be what it is. So I think we're doing really well, man. I think we're getting there. We're warming up now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like we were in the batting cage to start. Now the game is started.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. But, so again, a lot of exciting times for Nintendo fans coming up. I think the Switch 2 or the Switch successor is really gonna listen to the fans, have backwards compatibility, really be able to play even some of the older games at a higher fidelity. Like for me, one of the games, I don't know about you, Mike, maybe you can chime in after me. But one of the games that I think would really benefit from a power bump for the Nintendo Switch is the Age of Calamity. Rewards. I loved this game so much. I put so many hours into it. It was right off of the Breath of the Wild hype, and I really just wanted more. And the game was so cool because it let you play as other different characters and stuff. But that you could tell with the Switch's power that a lot of enemies were on screen and the thing just went to a halt pretty much. So I think that's the thing, and it didn't tamper my enjoyment of the game overall, because I just loved the lore and the characters and the story, and just being able to play as different characters and all the different variety and the gameplay styles of the game. But you could totally tell that the Switch needed a little more, power under the hood for those sections where there's 100 bokoblins on stage.
Oh yeah.
So I think a game like that, just to make it seem be a little more stable, would just really enhance the enjoyment. So that's what I'm really excited about. That some either first party or triple that game it's not technically first party, but pretty much is. Games like that would you have the opportunity to get a patch to just improve performance a little bit, and just make it a little bit more a little more smooth to play. Is there a game on Switch that you would like to see something like that you really enjoy, but you could tell it just kind of needs a power bump?
For example, like you already said, Tears of the Age of Calamity. Now that game, I have played the other games on Wii U to absolute death. So Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, and the Wii U.
That game 1,000 hours of gameplay, right?
Oh yeah, and I would play through all the maps, and I'll just have such a good time. But like you said, with when you start getting hundreds of enemies on the screen, and then it starts going really slow, and it's oh dear. And I'll tell you what, even if not a performance bump, but if that had online multiplayer as well, I would definitely play so much of that with my brother, because we love the Zelda series as well, and especially the Hyrule Warriors series. Because, you hear a lot of these stories in the Zelda games, the mainline games, about this war in Hyrule, and it's just nice to be able to play some of these wars, or take part in them.
Exactly, you feel like you're part of it. Yeah, you're living the history. That's true. Very good point.
Oh yeah. Have I got a smash ring here down, have I?
Here, you get your apple over here.
I'll go down.
I saved that for you.
Okay.
See, I'm good. Right over here.
An apple? Oh, okay. Cheers.
There you go. Say, I returned the favor.
Thank you.
No problem.
As regards to a game that I'd really like to see get a power bump. Ooh, I mean, there are a number of games that could do with a bit more, performance. Now, I suppose one, for example, would be like Link's Awakening. I know that it has a bit of a slowdown when like transitioning from screen to screen, and then you think to yourself,
you're right. And it's funny though, because the rest of the game was so like solid. It's just the transition between the maps. I don't know, for some reason there was like a big like stutter / slowdown, and it's weird because the rest of the game is so smooth. So you're right, it's kind of weird. I thought that would be something that they would be able to patch out, but I guess not. So yeah, you're right. You can like those. That's the only time where like we were saying. The reason I just asked the question is because the games themselves are so fun and they're enjoyable, but it's just like when those type of performance things just take you out of the game and you're like, oh man, like I just had like a really big stutter, and you like then you're kind of like your immersion is broken. Like games like that. That's where I would want it to especially just just get in there and just use the power a little bit more to make sure it's a little more stable. Again, it doesn't have to be 4K, 120 frames, but just to really hit those targets and lock into them, like 99% of the time, instead of now we're getting probably like you said, like with those transitions between the maps, like just like kind of ironing out those details so then our immersion isn't broken and we can just really enjoy the games even more. I think that's where, it would really benefit the most.
Oh yeah. So I'm slightly concentrating on beating the boss.
Oh yeah, no, don't even worry.
We were so close.
Yeah, this section,
like
with this section, what I usually do is I keep trying to jump around because there. But you see, like, I mean, but you guys, you're Floyd. Floyd is like, to me, it reminds me of Jax in Mortal Kombat.
From Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, so he's just like he's like a Zangief Jax hybrid. That's how I would describe him pretty much.
He's slow and sluggish, but is an absolute powerhouse.
Oh yeah, and when you do his specials, it like takes off like all damage. It's insane. Look at our score. Our score. We got over 1 million score, Mike. I am very proud of us today.
Nice.
I'd say. Very nice.
Doing all right then. I mean, for me, it says total score 14,000, but then I don't play this a lot, I must admit.
Yeah, right, I understand. Yeah, but still, you're doing. Yeah, hey, you're really doing just as good, not better than me. So I'm gonna go Blaze this time. I haven't played Blaze. Blaze. Like when I was, I was growing up. Like I mean, I wanted to ask you, were you what console did you have like growing up? Because my first console that I owned was the Sega Genesis here in the U.S. So like, what was your first console that you owned?
Right, now I am that old. My first console was the NES. But I was probably 3 at the time when we got it, so we are talking about the 90s. So the console had already been out for a good while then.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't own it. I played at my friends' houses. I didn't own it. My first one I owned was the Genesis, but yeah, the first one I really played seriously was the NES as well. Correct. But I think that's why, like, for me, like, my attachment to Streets of Rage is pretty big, because that was, like, one of the big IPs, for Sega, growing up. Like, with like, Eternal Champions, Echo the Dolphin, Vector Man, Streets of Rage. Those were, like, really big Sega IPs and Sonic, obviously.
Yeah. Well, I suppose it's because it's one of the first, like, real mature games. Like, it's more designed for like proper like young adults. I mean, I know you got your Sonic and Echo the Dolphin. Echo the Dolphin's gonna apply. It's more family friendly, isn't it? So I'm guessing that this is a bit more for mature audience, because obviously there is violence. Beating people up.
Because you know what it was. The Streets of Rage was pretty much the Sega's answer to Final Fight.
Yes.
Pretty much. So. But I feel like in some ways, like I just loved like the atmosphere. Like again, I grew up in the suburbs of New York City, so I feel like it really captured like the gritty and rawness of like the streets. So I feel like I just kind of like connected with it, a little bit more. Because Final Fight always felt like a little too like cartoony for me. Whereas I think Streets of Rage, just like the style, like the art style, is just more like raw. And a little more rugged, so I feel like for me it just kind of like hit me a little more. Like it just kind of resonated with me a little bit more, personally.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it also came out in a time. Now I'm trying to think. There was a film, and I've never actually seen it, but I have seen clips. And I believe Kurt Russell's in it, and I think it's like Escape from New York or Escape to New York or something like that. A bit like
it's Escape from New York. Yeah, Escape from New York. Yeah.
That's the one. And it's almost got like that kind of vibe. It's very, very gritty and, dark dystopian.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's why I'm like, when I was talking about the music, like when I'm doing the music video, like I'm finalizing it right now. I did a lot of like scratchy, there's graffiti, there's, concrete, there's a lot of like street fight, B-roll footage, stuff like that, to kind of like really capture the tone of the game. Because I feel like when you, and also it's really cool, I wanted to tell you something, like you see as we're playing now, especially in all the beat 'em ups, you have your health bar, like obviously it's so important because you have to know how much energy and stuff you have available. I made custom health bars for each character in the video. So it really looks like, you're kind of like side scrolling with them as you're playing. So I think a lot of video game fans will, again, a little like, just appreciate that little touch,
It's nice to have all those Easter eggs and things. Oh, that looks like Shredder now.
Yes, you're right. It does. Everyone knows that. Yeah, you're right. I'll watch you. Okay, I think we're okay.
Ooh.
We'll save the turkey. Whoever gets beat up more, take the turkey. Oh, here's our friend again, Mike, our friend, our ballpark spokesman right here, ballpark hot dog spokesman.
Come on! Oh, he's got some health, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, he's got a lot of health. Yeah, he's one of those guys. He's I'd say like a medium, like a mid enemy, but he takes a lot of power, especially when he does the fire. He has the fire run.
Oh, yeah, we got him. I think I might have to take it.
Yeah, you take it. Yeah,
we should go ladies first, but
you take it. On this stream, in this stream, we're like Thanksgiving. Yeah, in this stream, we're like Thanksgiving. We give to each other.
Nice. We're doing it. We're doing a lot better.
Yeah, we are rocking this, man. So
this
this background is very similar to what you're gonna say. It's gonna be like, that handwritten graffiti, scratchy kind of thing.
Nice.
Like that's the style. And to me, that kind of like personifies Streets of Rage. Where I feel like Final Fight to me was more of like, like a side-scrolling Street Fighter 2. Which again, I still appreciate. Love Street Fighter, but this one just kind of like, it just felt like, hey man, I feel like the punches more because, I feel like I'm kind of like on the streets that I see around, so I think like just for me it hit a little harder, but I still like the Final Fight game. I love beat 'em ups in general. Like you said, another one too, Turtles in Time, huge one for me. I love that game. The Simpsons arcade game, another one of my favorite beat 'em ups. So again, a lot of good ones. But definitely Streets of Rage is up there for me. And I can't wait, Mike. Let me know when you have time and you play Streets of Rage 2. Please let me know.
I will do. In fact, I may even start giving it at least a go after we finish.
Yeah, definitely.
Just so that I have a bit of like a comparison.
I guarantee you that those songs are gonna get stuck in your head. Guarantee.
Oh.
It's not even a question. Like they're just so catchy.
I hope they do.
Yeah, they're so catchy.
Oh wow, they hit.
You got the motorcycle figure skater.
Yeah, motorcycle figure skater.
Yes. To Street of Rage 4's credit, though, the floors do look shiny. They are buffed. Yeah. These wood floors are buffed. Pretty much the most buffed I've ever seen for a motorcycle gang, but...
take the
I
8
might
ball
take
to the
it.
face.
Get the turkey.
Yeah, I might do. I'll go for the turkey burger.
Oh, there's Rue again. Hey, Rue.
Yeah. Hey, Rue.
Rue. He is so fun. Shooter Rage 2. He's one of the characters you can unlock. He's so fun.
Nice. Okay, so we're back where we started.
Yes, we are back. We are back. but we are more prepared this time, for sure.
We are indeed. It's like those films that like start right at the end, and it's like, oh, do you want to know how I got in this position? Well, let me take you back.
Like if we were watching Fight Club, right, and you watch it from the end, you'd be like, okay, no, this is something's wrong here. You know?
Okay, now he's going to call his friend. Can't have that.
Oh, but we are.
Go, try and get some food if you can, if there's any.
Oh yeah, okay,
otherwise you're going to die.
Yeah, they're in the bikes. They're in the bikes. I think.
Oh no! Ah, he avoided it.
Oh, there's a little food there. Okay. Here we go.
Oh, he got me with that one. Ah!
Oh, sorry. I was trying to get the other gang members.
That's right. Ah!
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Got me. It's okay. I've got lives. I've got lives. Yeah. No. Not this. Quick. Get the churros.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Get the burger. You got this.
Oh, gee. Okay.
Fling him. Yes.
Yeah, there we go. All right.
Come on, stay that.
Okay. Come on. We got this.
We've got this. Come on.
Yeah, here we go. I'm coming in. Yeah,
yes.
There we go. All right. See?
We improved. So we did. And we can
improved.
end that on a high note. Now, like with all good things that must come to an end, so must this podcast. So thank you very much, VG, for joining me for today.
Oh, this was so fun, Mike. Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
You are very welcome, bud. And thank you, everybody at home, for watching and listening. Now, VG, this is your time to plug your stuff. Where can people find you? Talk about your project again. The floor is yours.
All right, perfect, Mike. Thank you so much for having me again, everybody. I am the VGMobster. You can find me on X at VGMobster. That's where I'm most active. I also have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/VGMobster as well. My new album, based off of games like Streets of Rage that we just played, is coming out November 7th. It is a hip-hop album. It's going to have inspiration from a lot of different games, 12 tracks, a lot of different styles, releasing on Master Sword Music. So definitely check out Master Sword Music on YouTube and on X as well. Do a lot of collaboration with those guys, and they're helping me promote the project. So again, if you guys enjoy music, if you enjoy video games and kind of want to see them bunched together, and kind of pay homage to some of your favorite IPs throughout the years, this is definitely a project for you. And make sure you guys go up with Mike as well. He's been such a gracious host and an awesome guy in general, and an amazing member of the community. So definitely support Mike as well.
You're making me blush now.
Oh, you got this, man. No problem. Again, I really appreciate the time.
You are most welcome, and you are welcome to come back anytime as well, mate.
All right, man. Yeah, you can pick the game next time.
Okay then, sounds like a plan. Well, until next time, everybody, keep on gaming.